while we're hanging out with people, we spend quite a bit of time with Eva.
It's good to see you. What's up? What's with the long face? Mom sends some corn soup for Valentina and pies for you. Excuse me. Tell Mom thanks, will you? Is Valentina mad at Antonio? I mean, I can see that. I can see she's mad. Hey, what's up? You seem distraught. Can we talk for a bit? I love that you brought corn soup for Valentina, but she isn't sick anymore. I understand. It's so hard sometimes, isn't it? The other day, after she called you about fishing in the forest with Archie, that did see something in me. I've been thinking about it. It was nothing, but it's been in my mind. What if she graduates university and you weren't there? What if we messed up our relationship so bad that she couldn't have both of us on her wedding? What if... Whoa, 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 Suki. I will always be there for you and Valentina. You will always be in her life no matter that. You're an amazing dad. It's just hard to raise her here without you. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing it alone. She wants you here all the time. I'm never going to be enough for her. Never. I understand, but you're not alone. Whether you want it or not, I'm always going to be in Valentina's life, so get comfy, haha. Besides, you're enough, and of course, she wants you and me we're her parents. It's only normal. And she's a kid. The other day, she asked for an iron sword from Raphael. Yeah, I just want to rant, I guess. Rant away. They're a good ex. Like, it's nice whenever exes are like, you know what? We can't be a couple, but we can be friends together. So let's do that. Let's do the friends thing. Miserable loss is what I got out of that. So I know you dive and all, right? Have you ever seen anything magical down there? Magical like what? Not really, it's just the usual sea life. Are you fishing for mermaid stories? Sure. Yes, so is there glowing fish, hidden treasure, or more folk down there? One of these days we're gonna come back from a dive with the weirdest story ever. I just know it. Okay, hear me out. My curiosity isn't coming from nowhere, alright? I don't share this with people because they think I'm crazy, but I think I saw a merfolk once. Well, sort of. Wait, really? You saw one? Sort of. I didn't actually get a photo of it, but I was snapping pictures of the ocean and beach like I always do when something caught my eye. I saw this massive tail, and I mean huge, and I swear I saw a human head. Not creepy, though. It was like a beautiful human head with long black hair and this incredible tail. I was so stunned I froze. By the time I remembered to take a photo, it was gone. All I got were a bunch of splash pictures. Not exactly solid proof, I guess. That's a merfolk for sure. That's just a huge fish. That's interesting. I'm telling you, I'm keeping my camera ready next time. This mystery isn't over. Anyway, I'm sticking with the merfolk theory, and if anyone's gonna get a clear picture of them one day, it's gonna be me. I read a bunch of books about Coral Island back when I was in university. I loved vacationing here, and apparently merfolk are part of the local lore. Honestly, it's part of why I decided to move here. There's just something about this place. The vibe is so different from anywhere else I've been. Yeah, it's definitely because it has magical powers. Definitely because of it. Oh, it was super fun. Maybe we can go again sometime. Alright. It's so annoying. I've been trying to get this tutorial done, but no matter how many takes I do, it's just not working out. Bad week, I guess. Oh, I don't think I've ever told you. I'm kind of a content creator. I post yoga routines, health tips, stuff like that online. It's fun when it's not driving me crazy. Really? I didn't know you were into that. That's awesome. What kind of content do you make? So what you're saying is you're secretly internet famous. Yeah. Not even close. I'm not out there trying to get famous or anything. But I've got a little following, I guess. It doesn't really make me much money, though. I get a lot of free stuff, yoga mats, tea, things like that. But I've already got more of those than I'll ever need. Free stuff, that sounds kind of fun. Free yoga mats, I could use one. Free tea and mats, you're practically living an influencer dream. That's kind of fun. Yeah, it is fun. I have enough herbal tea to last a lifetime. But honestly, I still like doing it. It's not about the money or the free stuff. It gives me a way to be creative. And let's be real, living at home makes things cheaper. So it's not like I need a ton of cash. That's great. It sounds like it gives you a creative outlet. Leaving it at home definitely helps with expenses. Well, at least you're rolling in yoga mats and teas. Gives you a creative outlet. Yeah, it does. It's nice having something that's just mine, you know? Well, my videos are useless at this point. Might as well start fresh. What do you think I should make next? How about a yoga routine for stress relief? Sounds like you could use it. What about a quick routine for beginners? Something simpler. How about a video on how to stay calm when your video doesn't cooperate? Quick routine for beginners. Something simple. Yeah, beginners could be a break from all the intense stuff. I like it. Keep it easy and accessible. That was fun, wasn't it? What are you up to now? Yay! Alright, well, nice to know she doesn't entirely hate our guts anymore. Pasta? Alright. At least I'm assuming it's pasta. It might be a green curry. Ah, I hate Theo sometimes. Oh, what'd your brother do now? He can be so infuriating. What did he do this time? Yes. CEO causing trouble again, huh? Sounds like a classic sibling behavior. What did he do? He borrowed my work laptop without asking and messed with my settings. I spent half the day fixing everything. He always does that. It's like he knows exactly how to get under my skin. I mean, he's your brother. He's been that way ever since we were kids. And you never teased Theo? I bet you're not as innocent as you seem. I'm starting to think you were a troublemaker in the sibling rivalry. And you never, fought back? Oh, I did. I had my moments. Like, the time I convinced him his favorite snack was haunted. He wouldn't touch it for weeks. Honestly, growing up with Theo was never boring. Oh, there was this one time he convinced me I had superpowers because I could move a pin across the table by blowing on it. That's actually kind of hilarious. He sounds like a typical brother. You really thought about... He sounds like a typical brother. Oh, he's definitely that. Always teasing me, always playing pranks. Even though he drives me crazy, I do love Theo. He's always been there for me when it counts, and honestly, I'm lucky to have a brother like him. Sounds like you two have a pretty special bond. You're a good sister for putting up with him, so you don't really hate him, huh? They have a special bond. Yeah, we do. Of course she doesn't hate him. She's just mad at him. It was nice getting out. We also made sure you ate. Just some fishing? Yeah. While you wait for a bite, you can, be working on your paperwork. Coconuts. I think it's called analysis paralysis. The thing that I was talking about earlier where there's so many good options, like I don't know which one to pick. Do you remember my childhood friend we were talking about? It came to me on the way home. His name was Timmy. Timmy and I spent the entire summer together, thick as thieves. Every day was an adventure, playing knights, building forts, exploring the island. I was talking to my mother about it the other day. She remembers him too. Ah, such great memories. You two sound really close. Yeah, I thought about finding him, see how he was doing, catching up. But some memories are best left as they are, don't you think? Maybe the summer was all we needed. It's strange, isn't it? Someone can come into your life for just a moment and leave such an impact. I still think about him sometimes. Not like constantly, but he crosses my mind every now and then. I think that made it so special was how easy it all felt. No expectations, no obligations. Being a kid, just the freedom to be ourselves. We lost touch over the years, as those things go, but I'll never forget that summer. Being a kid was the best, wasn't it? No worries, just fun. Yeah, back when everything seemed possible. The good old days when the biggest problem was finding the best stick to use as a sword. Yeah, everything seemed possible back then, exactly. No worries about responsibilities or what tomorrow might bring. It was all about enjoying the moment. Sometimes I miss that simplicity. I mean, yeah, he runs a business. Nothing in his life is simple anymore. Today was a blast. I hope we can do it again soon. Alright. There we go. Ashley, welcome. You're right on time. You haven't watched the episode yet, have you? No, I wanted to watch with you. No spoilers. I doubt it. I couldn't wait to see you on TV. I mean, it's not popped up on my feed. It's the problem. Don't worry. I won't tell you who won. Come on. Everyone else is here. Eva, it's starting. Well, let's go, Ashley. You can sit next to me. Oh, excuse me. Hello, viewers. Welcome to the Game of Cones, a fight for the right to be the king of cuisine. As always, our judge is the meanie with a heart of gold, Chef Gordy Ramses. Hello, everyone. Today we have two contestants trying to make the grumpy chef ungrumpy. Gordy, tell our chefs here what today's theme is. Today's theme is legacy. Many of us have that one recipe that has been passed down to us for 2, 3, or more generations. For me, I received this book from my mother gave me. It dated all the way back to the late 19th century. It's one of my most prized possessions and served as the inspiration for many of my dishes. Contestants, show me your legacy. Go. Go, go, go. Let's check up on our first chef, Chef Eva. Hello, Chef. What are you making today? Hi, Maud. I'm excited to show Chef Gordy my grandmother's recipe for kulapsis. It's made from rice flour, tapioca flour, coconut milk, sugar, and the desired flavoring. Today I'm going with the classic flavor, Padon, with a little bit of vanilla mixed in and some fresh coconut milk straight from Coral Island. Ooh, I love Coral Island. Such a cute little island. Now let's go to our other contestant, Chef Maria. Chef, may I ask what the heck is that? Don't worry, Maud. I promise everything in here is edible. My mom and I love to mess around in the kitchen, and one day, as a bored 9-year-old, I threw a bunch of gummy bears in with ground beef mixture my mom was preparing. Thus was born the gummy bear meatball. That's interesting for sure. Let's ask Mr. Sulky Chef what he thinks. Gordy, what are you looking for in this challenge? Deliciousness for sure, but most importantly, I want a taste of history baked right into the dish. I want to feel the most nostalgic flavors even when I may have never tasted that dish before. I mean, gummy bear meatball? That seems... I don't know what that is. As always, Chef Gordy here always gives out the vaguest answers. But that's why we love him here. And it looks like the chefs are done. Chefs, bring your dishes up here to be judged. My father grew up eating this, and so did I. Every holiday, my grandparents would bring this over, and I always looked forward to it. They're relatively simple ingredients, and I tweaked them as much as I could with the help of my good friend and surrogate grandma, Betty. This is the result of the legacy plus hours of experimenting. Oh, how sweet, Eva. Couldn't have done it without you, Betty. I've had some kulapsis when I visited Indonesia. However, this is much better than the one I remember having. The padang and vanilla are perfectly balanced, and the cake itself is the perfect amount of chewy. Great work, Chef Eva. Thank you very much, Chef. Chef Maria, tell us about your dish. My mother and I love to cook together. When I was 9, I decided to prank my mom by throwing a handful of gummy bears into the ground meat mixture. Not wanting to waste the meat she'd already prepared, we decided to cook it anyways. Maybe the fun and laughter colored my memory of it, but it was one of the best things I'd ever eaten. Strangely enough, Maria, I actually pulled a similar stunt when I was that age. That ruined meatloaf, however, was nowhere close to how delicious these meatballs are. I saw that you chopped up the gummies, and I think that was a great decision. The pockets of sweet and sour goo are more interspersed and not so overwhelming. Nicely done. Now that Gordy has had a taste of both dishes, which chef will win and get to sit on the cast iron throne? Amazing work by both chefs and very different approaches. However, I felt that one went above and beyond what was asked for. Chef Eva, congratulations. You've won today's challenge. Congratulations, Chef Eva. Yay! Not only have you brought the teeniest smile to Chef Gordy's face, you also won a lifetime supply of coconuts and the bragging rights of sitting on the cast iron throne. Oh wow, I did it! Oh, this seat is uncomfortable. Yes. I keep telling the producers that. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode. I wonder if now sometimes you'll get her episode instead of, the normal one. Congratulations, Eva. Yes, so proud of you, Eva. Thanks, everyone, for always believing in my dreams. Thank you, Betty, for helping me develop that recipe. And especially thanks to you, Ashley, for being my taste tester and for always believing in me. Everyone, I have a batch of kulapsis for all of you. Dig in. It is super sweet. It was. I don't think I've actually done a stargazing thing yet. Also, she just, won a baking competition, so something to get away from the kitchen. Hey, do you remember when we talked about the girls at the inn? I went back that night, thought about it, and even wrote it down in my journal. I tried to really get to the bottom of what was going on with me. Have you seen Macy? She's just so gorgeous. Her hair is that big, beautiful, bouncy thing that practically has a life of its own. And then there's me. My hair just lays there. It's flat, thin, and no matter what I do, it never looks like hers. Your hair is beautiful on its own. Macy has great hair, but that doesn't mean yours isn't just as nice. It's not about your hair, Eva. It's about being comfortable with who you are. Yeah, it's about being comfortable. You're probably right. I need to learn to stop focusing so much on the outside. It's just hard sometimes. I know it shouldn't bother me, it's just she always seems so confident, you know? She walks into a room and people notice her. And then there's Suki, who's so outspoken, and Alice. They all seem to shine, and I just fade into the background. Sometimes I wonder if they even notice me. Of course they notice you. You don't have to be loud to stand out. You're just as important as they are. No, don't doubt that. It's okay to be quiet. You don't need to be anyone but yourself. Yeah, you don't have to be loud to stand out. That's nice to hear. Sometimes I feel invisible around them, like I'm not even in the room, but maybe I don't need to be loud to matter. Thank you for saying that. I, I try to remind myself that being quiet isn't a bad thing, but it's hard not to compare myself to them sometimes. Like they're all so comfortable in their own skin and I'm not. I guess I never realized how insecure I totally am. Not just about my hair or how I look, but about how I am. I feel like I don't fit in with them sometimes. Like I'm this quiet, awkward person and they're so bold and confident. Everyone has insecurities, even the people who seem the most confident. You don't need to change yourself to fit in. You're perfect the way you are. It's okay to feel like that sometimes. You'll start finding your way, and that's alright. Yeah. You think so? I guess. I always assumed they didn't struggle with stuff like that. But maybe they all have things we're working through. You're right, it's just hard to remember that when you're surrounded by people who seem to have it all figured out. I don't want to be the one who's always fading into the background. Maybe it's not just about how I look or how I fit in with them. Maybe it's more about accepting that. It's okay to be me. Even if I'm not as loud or as confident as they are. Yes, you don't have to be, look at me, look at me. That was a blast, Ashley. Alright.